of May. 2020. And that means that it's time for one thing, and one thing only. It's time for today's Bisquiz. The entire room was shaking with the ferocity of the introduction from me. It's your host, Edward C. Lewis, and I'm joined, as always, by WNL. How are you, WNL?
I'm fine. We had rain here this morning, so who knows? We could have that little buffering signal occasionally, but right now everything's fine.
I believe it shall be. To Paul BM, he says, "Please make the lift music stop. I don't want this as an earworm." Too late, Paul. It's going louder. There you go, Paul. No, I'm joking. Oh, it's finished. Start it again. All right, there you go. Now I'll reduce that down. It's a good point. Do we need a new song for the backing? Maybe I should even make one. Because I am aware that it. No, says Osric42. He hears it in his sleep. He wants more of it. I am aware that it is the same song every single day, and I don't have to hear it because I'm just listening to him and me. You should hum the exact song. Should I just do my own version of it? Me going or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? If you're going to make one as good as your video at the end of the show yesterday, as good as the video or as good as the song? So I've made some theme tunes for other songs. Maybe we can play one of them right now. Good day to you all. By the way, sorry, Paul BM. Hi, Bet Rockstar, Osric42, Alien, Commander Benkai, Jean Bello, Stickster42, Zookeeper's Girl, I'm going Scottish, Kazelia, Osric42. You're all the best ones are here. That wasn't too bad, was it? The Scottish thing. But hello. So I did another quiz round for my friends, and I'm not. Don't worry, there's one round I will not be sharing with other people, which is just nonsense. But I made this, and I wonder if this is just going to work or break things massively. So let's find out what happens.
Time to get too personal. Tell me about your childhood crush.
So that's that. So I don't know if people even heard that or not.
I heard nothing.
Well, so what that was for? That was a that was another thing I made for the quiz that I did with my friends, and the idea was that we did a round. And I'm sure it was very loud, so I'm very sorry. People in the next room heard it here. I thought, oh no, it's too loud. But this is all off the cuff. But yeah, I have been writing theme tunes for quiz rounds. It's what you've got to find things to do during lockdown. So I'm sorry that was so loud. Did the Archers ever change their tune? No, says John Bella. Did Friends ever change their tune? No. Did the people in the next room hear that loud music being played? Probably. And I do apologise. But there you go. Anyway, what's everyone been up to? Tell me about your lives. I want to know. I'm excited. And don't tell me about your childhood crush. So the idea was that basically I asked my friends to give me images of their childhood celebrity crushes, and then I put their names next to it, and people had to, like, a picture round, and people had to match up who their childhood crushes were. As in, like, who they thought their friends' childhood crushes were. It was very silly. Great. And so nobody else is doing anything. I've managed to alienate absolutely everybody. Just do an instrumental version of Franzina. That's very nice. Osric42 says, nothing really working and walking. Very good. I didn't do any more digging or spade work yesterday because my palms are really sore. My sensitive little handies. As a man who very rarely does any physical labour, it was quite a challenge. Nothing from RRR. Jacqueline Smith was smoking hot still. Oh, you're talking about Charlie's Angels for some reason. Yakuza 0 when not watching me. Well, that means you're spending a lot of time in Yakuza 0 because we're only doing about 40 minutes a day. Anything else? Anyone else? Anything else that anyone wants to point out? No problems if so. What about you, WNL? What have you been doing?
Very little. I mean, yesterday I did manage to sculpt some hedges while the portable appliance tester was doing things at the church. He spent several hours inside plugging things in and taking them out and hoping they didn't blow up. Yeah. So I had to let him in and out of there and sculpted a few hedges in the meantime. That was it.
Great. I mean, are you doing any sort of dramatic looking sculptures? I was
tempted. The pastor actually said, look, he actually said to me, why don't you put some faces on them? And it was so tempting. But I know that he was actually being just slightly facetious. And if I did it, I'd lose my place on the diaconate. Yes.
I think you should put your face on there.
My face.
Just you. As people can come visit, they just find you. Sculptured hedges. Now we're talking. Do we know it's a lot louder? Yeah. Well, you know that thing that we have when, for whatever reason, sometimes it's quieter and sometimes it's louder. Today we've got one of those. And it has to happen sometimes. No, I think I'll just be clear as possible and watch my levels and be as
watch your levels,
my words as well as I can. But I think that today, it's quite hard to get the levels right. Yeah, trust me. So, can I just to give you some context around what's happening here? This is my work desk. So I have my laptop usually over there, which is my sort of where I spend my personal time doing fun computery things here. And then I do my work things here. And then I do my relaxing at the very end of the day on the sofa there watching the television. And then I go up these stairs and that is where I slumber. And this is where I do all my things. So what I do at about 11:45 is I run over there. I don't run. There's no need to run. It's a small space. I sort of step, maybe even sometimes just lean across and grab something from the desk and bring it over, even usually during meetings as well. So usually I'll be in meetings and I'll be trying to with a headset on my other headset from my work laptop, which is just literally next to this one. I will go over there with my headset still on, whilst still in meetings, and start to set up this. And this is this live stream with this computer, the microphone, and the headset, which are usually over there. So I move them over here around about 1:45, and I plug them in. So there's no consistency, and that's why you're not getting consistency. And the fact that it works at all is quite surprising. And every single time I'm like, oh, it seems to be okay, and then we just go live, and we're all of a sudden here. So I don't think it's Twitch being Twitch. I think it's just the silly inconsistencies. And also Paul BM says that's a huge faff. It isn't really. It's actually quite simple. I'm just like plug in. What I could do is change to that area being this for the stream, and then I don't have to move, get my other keyboard out. I don't know why I'm telling you this live. I don't know why. You ask questions, you get answers, all right? And you can't there's no half details here. It's either the full information or none at all.
No. I like the fact that you say you can't run across your room.
I can.
I was once in a hotel room where you could get up a full sprint because I did.
Right.
It was in Chicago, and basically I went in. It was cheap. I booked it over here. Ended up in Chicago. Flew into Chicago, and when we got in the room, as you went in the door, there's sort of a little kitchenette type area, the bathroom area over here, a little bit of extra room, and then into this big sprawling room with it was on about the 20th floor and big windows overlooking the Chicago, the river and things like this. But the first thing that was in my mind was, this is big enough to sprint. And if you started at the door, you could really get up a sprint before you hit the window.
And yeah, Good. And there's the windows. I mean, the fact that you're here tells us that you didn't fly
So
through the window.
I didn't go through.
Yeah.
I didn't go through now.
But I'm glad to know that bit of information. Thank you. And I really hope that there's a TripAdvisor review out there with just it says WNL. It says you could get a full sprint up in this room if you want. 5 stars. Was the quality? What was the rest of the quality of the room like?
It was actually quite wonderful. I hate to say it. Shall I tell you where I was?
Oh, you were in Trump Tower, weren't you?
Yeah, it was a Trump Tower. Yeah,
Trump Tower. Go to Trump Tower. Get your sprint on. There you go.
They took very good care of us, which well, sorry, no, I'll not make any comments.
No, don't worry. It's a hospitality. I'm sure it's absolutely nothing to do with the man who actually owns it for the very top. It's probably more to do with the middle management.
Well, this is it. I'm going to say it contrasts quite markedly with the way he doesn't take care. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, politically, yeah, it might be poles apart, but I would definitely sprint in that room.
Yeah. Okay. Good. It's nice to know. And we're gonna. But yeah, great. And don't worry, you're not saying anything untoward. Let's find out what today's quiz is all about.
The quiz today. Well, we didn't decide on anything yesterday, which was good because, I had an idea that we would just go all over the show. A bit of this and that, not so general knowledge. I wouldn't call it esoterica, but certainly ephemera. A little bit of everything.
Ooh, that's exciting. All right, well, let's go. What are the rules?
Okay, well, yeah. If you haven't been here before, we're going to have 10 questions, okay? Edward will close down the chat stream so he can't see your answers. I will be able to. I'll take your first 3 answers. If we have consensus, that's your answer. If we don't, then it'll be the first of the 3 answers that gives me your answer. And then I'll ask Edward for his, and we'll watch as, well, we go slowly up that ladder to the end score. Simple as that. No cheating. No using any recourse to anything else. Books, memory sticks. I don't know. I won't get out my collection of sticks here, but I've got loads of memory sticks and I have no idea what's on them. Sometime,
exciting.
Instead of binging on television, I might.
Have you got them there?
Actually, I've got them downstairs right now. But I know my comic book collection is on one. That might be good.
What do you mean your comic book collection's on one?
Well, what I mean is, all of the covers of my comic books are on one.
Are they really? You took pictures of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sad, isn't it? Yeah.
No, it's really good. I need them. I need those pictures. I didn't realize that you had those already.
Yeah, I do.
Did I do those pictures?
No, I did them here. With a conventional camera and all sorts, loaded them onto my computer, all sorts. Yeah. It was good fun. Can be busy for a couple of days.
This is, for anybody who doesn't know, whilst also being cautious, a original collection of 1960s Marvel comic books from the US. So the original prints, an issue number 1 of the Avengers as well is in that collection.
I read them. Basically, that was my upbringing. I used to spend my spending money once a week. I would go to a place that had fantastic comic book collections, emporium sort of thing, and I would buy all Marvels. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite the collection. But I would also, very nice. We've just got the dark web and Yahoo left. I don't know. Oh, Commander Benkai says he's finished Google. Yeah, don't go to any dark places. Hello, Orange Spark. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I think, like you say, it's probably time for you're making an expression.
My expression was, of course, that I think that we have all the best people here.
Oh, all the best ones.
Yes.
Yeah. All the best people are here. You nearly got the catchphrase right.
I nearly got it. Yeah.
Is that, that's yours. My catchphrase is all the best ones, and yours is all the best people.
Well, it's just I sometimes listen to you, or at least half of what you say.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's good. At least 3/4. All right, let's do a quiz. Come on.
Okay, here we go. Like I say, it's all about general knowledge. You turn off the chat stream so you can't see the chatter's answers. I can. And we'll see what goes here, okay? Yeah. Again, just honest, gut-level reactions to the answers. I'm sure you'll all do well. Question number 1. I'd like to know, which was the first motorway opened in England? a number, please. If you think it's the
Yeah.
M25, say M25. What was the first motorway that was
So
opened
it's
in England?
not the M25, everyone. It's not the
What?
M25.
I don't know. This I could have been, segueing down leading you down the garden or up the garden path, whatever. Okay, I have their answer.
I mean, if it's not the M1, they've made a mistake, haven't they? But I also do understand. Let's go the one right down the middle, the M6.
The M6. Edward, it actually is the M6. It was a little section near Preston, just about 7 miles from here. That was the first section of motorway that was opened up in England. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So they opened the M6 first.
Did they get it
Yeah.
right?
No, they went for the M1.
Whoa,
Yeah.
hey,
So-
why did I say that? Well, I wonder why I went for that one.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe you could
either.
heard it somewhere.
Maybe it's deep buried within my psyche.
This is it.
Next question, please. Now that I'm
Now that you're on a roll.
storming
Okay.
ahead.
Well, question number two. Question number two is, true or false. Okay, I'll read you out a statement, and if you agree with it, then you write out the entire word true. If you disagree, the entire word false. Okay, here's your statement. Ice hockey pucks are actually frozen before the game to reduce bouncing during play. Is that true or false? Ice hockey pucks are actually frozen before the game starts to reduce bouncing during play. Is that true or false? I have their answer.
False.
It is absolutely true. They do. Yeah, otherwise, they all sorts of friction and this and that and the other, and it flies around a bit more, so they get it nice and cold and frozen before they start.
It just felt
And the
it
chatters
felt-
do that. The
Yeah,
chatters
of
are
course they did.
ice hockey aficionados.
Aficionados.
Yeah. So the score is now all back to even Stevens. Level score is 1 point apiece.
Just how I like it.
Question number three. Number three, bit of a multiple guess. I'll give you the right answer and a couple of wrong ones. You decide which. Question number three, a bit of French cooking for you, okay? If a dish is described as Lyonnaise, does it contain cheese, spinach, or onions?
Mayonnaise. I think it's mayonnaise.
Not mayonnaise.
You're
Lyonnaise.
saying it wrong. It's
It's from
mayonnaise.
Lyon.
You're saying Lyonnaise. It's mayonnaise.
Lyonnaise. Lyonnaise.
Say it. Spell it again for me.
Lyonnaise. Lyonnaise. Does it contain cheese, spinach, or onions? I have their answer.
Spinach.
Spinach. It might contain all three, actually, but the one that it has to contain is onions. Yeah, Lyonnaise.
Oh, did they get
Yes,
that right?
they got it right. Yes, there were some spinaches in there, but in general, it was les oignons.
Les oignons.
Les oignons.
Why? What does Lyonnaise mean then?
Well, it's a style of cooking made from Lyon,
Oh, and they just love to shove some onions in there.
and
I
it's,
do love me some onions. I love it.
you like onions.
I love onions. The smell of cooked onions is so good. I love
Onions-
every type of onions. Fried.
Onions are fantastic. Yeah.
Fried onions are the only onions. No, I mean you put it in a grill.
In the Midlands, they have onion sandwiches, don't they? A big slice of mild onion directly sort of in a cob, and it's delicious.
A cob. What's a
cob.
cob?
A cob. Well, when it's not when it's not the opposite of a hen, and we're not talking birds,
Yeah.
it's actually sort of a bread or bun roll. Yeah.
Right.
A cob.
So it's not a bread. Okay, so it's a bread roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a
We're
cake.
not having it in. No. That would be a little bit macabre.
Nice.
Sorry. Dad joke.
Macabre.
A macabre sandwich.
Oh, there's also a joke there about macabre meeting, isn't there, as well? Macabre. Nope, can't work
Do
it out.
you think they eat onion sandwiches at Cobra meetings?
I think
This
so.
is-
I think so. I think certainly. I think why not? Are the onions cooked at all, or are they just kind of slab of
No.
onion?
It's just, but it's a very mild onion. I do like cooked onions, yeah.
Yeah.
With anything and everything.
I like onion. I like raw onion in a salad.
Yeah. finely chopped, maybe a red onion, something like that.
I hope everybody else is enjoying our onion discussions just as much as we are.
I like this. Error says cob equals nap equals barm equals bin lid. Yeah.
Bin lid?
This is it. Commander Ben Kai says, no wonder the 100-year war happened.
Okay, next question, please.
Lived in Geneva. They love onions there, yes. Okay, here we go. It's 2 points to 1, and it's question number 4. Okay, number 4. Death in the Afternoon is a non-fiction book written by Ernest Hemingway about the ceremony and traditions of which sport? Death in the Afternoon is a non-fiction book written by Ernest Hemingway about the ceremony and traditions of which sport? That's number 4. Getting some good answers here.
I feel like the chat can probably tell when I know the answer to a
I
question,
have their answer.
because I go sort of quiet and wait until you say I have their answer rather than saying stupid things. It's pretty obvious that usually if I don't know, I'll just say stupid things. I'm sorry about the I can see that the microphone itself is actually genuinely not picking up sound as much as it usually does. So I will have to just hold it a little closer. So sorry about this.
Swallow that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your answer?
Bullfighting. I'm assuming.
Bullfighting
I struggle to call it a sport, but more of just a horrible massacre of poor innocent creatures. But yeah.
But yes, he was quite taken with it.
He liked it.
Was all about bullfighting, which, to be honest, their first 3 answers were all different.
Wow.
Crown Green Bowls, I can see a case for calling it Death in the Afternoon, and snooker. Someone doesn't care for snooker, but their first answer was bullfighting. No. So yeah,
see, snooker is more important.
But they get the question right as well.
Snooker is more important than life and death.
You're going to Liverpool in the football quotation, yeah.
Yeah.
It's important than that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Who was it that said that?
My mind.
Doesn't matter. Next question. Let's move on. We'll get it back later. Maybe.
Could have been Bill Shankly. I'm sure I'll be corrected, but not by any research if it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Question number 5. Halfway through today's quiz. General knowledge, this and that, esoterica, ephemera, whatever you want to call it. Question number 6. I'd like to know... number 5. Which sportsman wrote the book Totally Frank? Was it Frank Lampard, Frank Bruno, or Frankie Dettori? Which sportsman wrote the book Totally Frank? Was it Frank Lampard, Frank Bruno, or Frankie Dettori? I have their answer.
It's almost as bad as Louis Theroux's Gotta Get Through This. And I love Louis Theroux. But that was an obvious one, wasn't it? Did he have to do that? Frank Dettori. No, he's Frankie.
It's Frankie Dettori. Frankie Dettori?
Yeah, so no, let's go for Frank Bruno.
Frank Bruno. Well, the chatters went for Frank Bruno as well. Had you gone for Frankie Dettori, you would have been incorrect as well. It was Frank Lampard.
Right.
Frank Lampard. Totally Frank.
I like the way that nobody assumed that the footballer would write a book.
well, you know,
so mean.
Boxers as well,
yeah, no, you're right. It's a bit.
It's a tough one.
Let's not be mean-spirited there. Lots of different
scores remain 3-2. I saw an interest. Well, I don't know. Interesting or not? Are we allowed to mention things we've seen on television?
Yes, of course.
I mean,
we're not on the BBC.
Yesterday. Sorry, yesterday as I was leafing through things. Sorry, not BBC?
I said we're not on the BBC, so it's okay.
Oh, there we go. Leafing through things to watch yesterday, I saw this thing called The Almost Impossible Game Show. Right. And I thought, I wonder what that entails. And then Helen said, it's on at 2 a.m. And I thought, I must watch one of these.
Did you stay up for it?
No. On catch up, there were something like 7 episodes. I've been through 4 of them. You know, it's sort of games that we play when we have our Christmas Olympics and things. And at one point, they were doing things like dropping cakes down a tube from 25 feet up.
Yeah.
And they had a boxing glove on, and they had to hit themselves in the head and catch the cake between the boxing glove and their forehead. So, and if they missed, they just had to keep going. And they were sitting there punching themselves, almost punch drunk,
Right.
in the head, punching themselves to death, trying to trap a cake. It's hilarious.
Okay.
Seriously. And the people that get on there who think they can do these things.
Right.
This
This sounds ideal. What's this song?
riding
How do I watch
a
this?
mini bike, riding a tiny bike, it's called, down a concrete about this wide with mud pits on either side,
Right.
or dancing while you're blindfolded, then turning around and having to go sit on a chair. It's just, well,
Okay.
at 2 a.m. it's probably even
I
funnier.
bet it's brilliant at 2 a.m. Where can we watch this? What channel is this on?
It was ITV2.
ITV. Of course it's ITV. ITV2. It's not
It's
even
called
ITV.
Almost Impossible Game Show.
I'm going to look this up. This is great stuff. The Almost Impossible Game Show. Okay. Also,
Anyway, you were talking about, but they were punching themselves. Who needs to punch anybody else?
I love it. That's hilarious.
Launch yourself into oblivion.
Can I also just very quickly point out that you mentioned, it's just like what we do at the Christmas Olympics, as if that's a normal thing to say. Yes, every Christmas we have the Christmas Olympics, where we do a series of games and we scored upon them over the space of 2 days.
It takes hours and hours and hours every day. Yeah.
Sometimes days. To complete the Christmas Olympics. Never been a gold medalist myself, but I've been up there.
I'm thinking of some devilish games for this year. Yes.
All right. I mean, anyway, moving on before people ask too many questions.
The scores. They're still in the lead. The Chatters are in the lead, Edward. You're doing very well, Chatters. It's 3 points to 2. It's on to question number 6. Number 6, I'd like to know who had a 1981 hit with Dead Ringer for Love. Who had a 1981 hit with Dead Ringer for Love?
There's no theme in this one. You're pretending there's a theme of Esoterica, but it's just
it's all over the place. All over the place. I have their answer.
What was the name of the song again?
Dead Ringer for Love.
I don't know this. I don't know this one, and I feel bad for this.
I'm a dead ringer for. Yeah, it's a dead. I can't remember.
1981.
We're a dead. 1981. Yeah.
The Rolling Stones.
The Rolling Stones. Actually, the artist who did this, a very fond name for me because my mother used to make it every Sunday for sort of Sunday lunch. It's Meatloaf.
I'm never really a fan of Meatloaf.
What was his name? Marvin O'Day or something like that. Yeah, actual day.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, the Chatters, they were right there. They knew immediately that, it was.
Of course they did.
Dead Ringer for Love.
Stop being so knowledgeable, chat. All right, next question.
Question number 6 is just gone. It's number 7. Okay, number 7. Quite simple. It's 50-50, okay?
Yeah,
number 7. Both Alaska and Hawaii became U.S. states in the year 1959. I'd like to know which of the two was admitted last or most recently. Both Alaska and Hawaii became U.S. states in 1959. Which of the two was admitted last or most recently?
So within that year, right.
Come on, Chatters. Wild guess time. Nothing yet.
Nothing yet. It's a sleepy Tuesday. Today. I understand.
There was dissonance in the first 3, but I have their answer.
I'm gonna go for Hawaii.
Hawaii is, from I think it was January and then August, and you're correct. It was Hawaii.
Huzzah!
They waited until August.
Did they get it right? Did the Chatters get it right?
And the Chatters got it right as well. 2 Hawaiis and one Alaska.
Well done.
I think of the old Perry Como song. I don't know Alaska. What did Delaware boys and all that? Yeah.
Know your audience, WNL.
Guess you had to be there. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
We've got it's. I'm sure there's somebody who knows that. What was it again?
Perry Como, where they go through most of the states in the Union musically and turn them into things. What did Delaware boys? What did Delaware? I don't know, Alaska and things like that.
It's good.
Yeah. Anyway, hey, it's 5 points to 3. It is question number 8. There's time for you to actually win this, Edward. Okay, or at least come up with an honorable draw.
Right, I'm ready. Take this
Question number
seriously
8.
now.
Okay, bit of a multiple guess. I'll give you the right answer and a couple of wrong ones, so listen carefully. A doctor specializing in myology, myology, studies what?
Oh no.
Is it muscles, nerves, or blood?
Oh.
A doctor specializing in myology, myology. What's he or she studying? Is it muscles, nerves, or blood? I have their answer. In fact, I had all 3 answers.
Yeah, it's hard. Blood. Blood.
Blood. Okay. Yeah. No. No. It's actually muscles.
No.
It's muscles. And yeah, we had some nerves and some blood in the chat stream as well, but they got the muscles ultimately.
Very well done.
So yeah, myology, all about muscles. 6 points to 3. No way back for this one, but well, your honor is at stake. Question number 9. Penultimate question of today's quiz. The scorpion, okay? The humble scorpion. Lobster-like creature with a jointed, stinging tail. I hate them. Anyway, sorry, only because I've had personal experience. Is it classified as an insect or an arachnid?
Don't do this.
The scorpion, is it classified as an insect or an arachnid?
Pictures of scorpion.
I have that answer.
It's an insect.
An insect, a true insect, has 6 legs. An arachnid has 8. And a scorpion is an arachnid. It's actually an arachnid, yes. It has...
I just can't even react to that. That's how disappointed I am in myself for getting that wrong. Are they really?
They are. They're classified as an arachnid. They do have things called false scorpions that look like scorpions that are insects, but I was actually asking for a real scorpion.
I'm a fan of a scorpion. Why is it? What, you can't just say I have. Oh no, I hate them. Personal experience. Let's move on.
No, I was in Italy in one of those in Puglia, in one of those little wonderful old buildings. And as soon as I walked in and sat down on the bed and looked up at the ceiling, this dome ceiling, and it was about 12 feet above my head, there were scorpions on the ceiling.
How many of them?
Just 2.
But what do you mean on the ceiling?
There were 2 more behind the toaster than this morning. Sorry?
Hanging on the ceiling?
Oh, just walking around on the ceiling. And of course,
wow.
Well, the chat stream doesn't know Helen, but you know Helen. I spent the next hour then balancing on chairs to capture scorpions and release them into the wild.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that's what
was fun.
I don't actually bear them a grudge for stinging me, but having to sort of chase them around, release them into the wild.
How big were these little guys? How big were they?
About that. Okay. Only a couple of inches, but and then
fascinating creatures.
In the south of France, near Perpignan, at one point, they would scuttle around at night, here and there, and you could hear them actually scuttling on the stone floor. That wasn't fun either.
I'm sure they hate you equally.
Yeah.
Last question today.
Okay, it's 7 points to 3. Question number 10. Now, the USA has its official presidential residence in Washington, D.C., the White House. Okay? Now, the official residence of the head of state of which country is called the Blue House? Which country has its official head of state residence called the Blue House? Is it Mexico, South Korea, or Ethiopia? The USA has its White House. Which country has its Blue House? Is it Mexico, South Korea, or Ethiopia?
My immediate, before you even said the options, my thoughts were, he says...
Not yet.
Exactly. I'm trying to be slower to make sure.
I have them now.
It would. My immediate thought was Mexico, even before you gave the options. So I'm gonna stick with it. Mexico.
I thought Mexico, I mean, colors are so vibrant in Mexico, and I thought,
Yeah, exactly.
you can imagine a sort of a stuccoed building or something or other grandiosely put up. The answer is South
I'm
Korea.
wrong already, aren't I? I knew the way that you did it. I straight away knew I was wrong. All right. Well, thanks.
It's South Korea, and the chat stream got it. A couple of guesses, otherwise, and there were question marks in there, but ultimately they got South Korea.
Know that one. Well,
I don't know.
Now, hi, the English.
A 1 in 3 shot. A 1 in 3 shot.
Yeah, as Osric says, Mexico, guess. Yeah, South Korea. I'm going to say Iceland, says Alien. Well, wonderful. Yeah, well, WB, Edward. Welcome back, Edward. That means I know that one. Yeah, we managed to drag our score back to the average. Well done, Osric42. Well done, everybody, for dragging your score back to the average. We have Raiders. Oh, well, hi. Thank you for joining us. What you've just witnessed there is the ending of a quiz today. Yes, but thank you. We join here. For those who have never visited us here before, thank you so much for joining. This is me. My name's Ed, or Edward, whatever you want to call me, really. And this is a quiz that we do every day here at twitch.tv/Edward C. Lewis. We do this quiz with me and my father here from the other side of the country. We come around about midday. He does a quiz for me. It's me versus you in the chat. And we have some fun, and we have a little catch-up, and we have a nice time. So you're more than welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Great quiz, says the English Gentleman. Well, you're more than welcome to join us every day at midday. So thank you very much. But as far as today's quiz, every day, every working weekday during this magical time that we live in right now. Awesome. So yeah, you're always welcome to come back and have some silly fun with us. It always gets a bit weird at times. It can get serious, but we always welcome lots of participation, conversation, discussion topics. We ask people to create ending screens for us, and we're doing it all just for fun, really. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being wonderful. You are all the best ones, as you already know. So, WNL, I enjoyed that. Do you think that we should do another one tomorrow?
I think we should, and I have an idea for a round.
Are you going to tell everyone?
Yeah, I'll tell everybody now. Tomorrow we're going to have a round called Round Things. So it's going to be a round on round. How's that?
Wow. That's
round things.
A round thing. So if everybody wants to see this in full, please do come back again tomorrow, because we do this every day, we have ups and downs in terms of energy. We have ups and downs in terms of strangeness. We have ups and downs in terms of success on my part. I've won 2 out of 38 quizzes, 39?
37 quizzes.
So tomorrow
you've drawn 2 and won 2.
So tomorrow is the 38th quiz. Right, okay, that feels important to me. And yeah, we've got people like Texas Stew here, and also I want to say a quick hi to Special Effects Ali as well. Hey, who says Adam from EA Dice raided you. Wow, okay, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for the raid, Adam from EA Dice. That's awesome. Very cool. Anyway, I'm sorry, but you seem to have also raided us right at the very, very end of this live stream. So give me 1 second. Let me just check something very quickly. I'm wondering if there's anybody on that we can even help, but there's nobody from my immediate circles, unless anybody has a suggestion of where we should go. But yeah, definitely come back tomorrow for another quiz. Those who have just joined us today. But yeah, anybody have any suggestions on who we can raid? So for WNL's benefit, who doesn't know what I'm talking about, a raid is where people are watching, because believe it or not, there are some people who don't watch this show and watch other things at the same time as it's happening. I know, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad, isn't it? Psykit is streaming. Okay, I mean, let's go and have a look at that. I just don't want to, I want to make sure don't do anything wrong. I also very rarely know how to do it. How do I do it? /raid and then channel Psykit. All right. Well, we're going there apparently. So say hello to them. I don't know who they are, unless I do, and I've just made a huge mistake. But thank you everyone for coming along, and yes, we'll be back at the same.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, same time tomorrow. But that's cool. Excellent. It's a biscuit raid. This is the first time that we've done this, so that's cool. So, yeah. I mean, now we just wait. Oh, we can pray now, yeah. All right. Bye, everyone. Good luck. Have a lovely day. See you tomorrow, midday.